Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming and to Marvel's Midnight Suns review and impressions part 3. So today, as I said in the last video, I'm going to do a video about the combat. Again, I'm not going to try to completely cover every single aspect. This is just a kind of overview because again, it's like lots of games. To go into every single detail of every single thing works is complicated to do in an explanation, but if you play it, it's not difficult. So, and I would say that because this game has, well, I'll show you. So anyway, here we go. So this is the operations table. It's called the mirror table. I don't know why, but anyway, there's no mirror on the table. But anyway, you get these different options. Like I said in the previous video, I can't do that one because Spider-Man is injured. Most missions mean you need to take a particular agent. It's indicated at the top by the symbol of the agent that you need to take. So you might want to take a particular agent or not. That can also be, again, you could take someone because you like their abilities, you think it will suit the mission. You need to take them to get more research done, and you often need to go on certain amounts of missions with agents to get different bits of research done, whatever reason. Or just because someone wants to level up a bit more, you want them to get better abilities because they do that in missions. So you get story missions, you've got other missions. For the purposes of this, I think we'll do that, which is capture a Hydra agent, which is a relatively straightforward thing, and I'm not going to well, I might play a bit of it, we'll see. So you go here, you can see on the left in the panel, you need to take Captain Marvel. That's self-explanatory. The rewards are a Gamma Core, which you get new cards, basically abilities cards, and you get rare ones and you get rare blueprints, which are for abilities. The thing at the top is all the other missions that you could go on, by the way. They're the other ones I could go on there if I wanted to, but that's the one I'm going to go on. So then you go into continue and you can pick who you want to go. So I've never gone on a mission where I could go. There's a few missions where they've set 3 other characters to go and I couldn't go, but I've never gone without myself, if that makes sense. So Hunter always goes in our cool white get up, so I go, and then you can take anybody else you want. For the purposes of this video, I will, I'll do what I would normally do, because I would take Nico because I like her and I like her abilities, and because I've been taking her a lot, we have combos together, and I'll show you how that works as well, kind of. So there you go. And it says there we've got a combo card as well, which is with Nico. So there we go, and we're off. So as you've noticed, you've obviously noticed from the way the game is, this game is a turn-based game with cards. I've played card-based turn-based games before, yeah, I've kind of enjoyed them. And obviously I played non-turn-based games without. So and I played turn-based games with haven't got cards. So I played all different types of games, turn-based, non-turn-based, and I think this is a really good system. I think it works really well for how the game is. So you get sent into the arena. Capture agent is, again, it's very much like an XCOM 2 thing, if you remember XCOM 2, if you've played it, where there'll be an agent and you have to capture the enemy agent and you go and punch them and knock them out. In this, it's a bit the same. You just have to make sure the agent's not protected by the enemy. They're called Hydra. The enemy soldiers is superheroes that appear, and enemy superheroes, or evil superheroes, but the enemy soldiers are called Hydra, and you just have to make sure that they're not protecting the agent. Then you'll get a card in your pop-up that says capture the agent. You go restrain them, and then that's the capture part done. You'll still have to kill the agents, but anyway, so that's that.
One of the Hydra operatives in this area.
So there you go, it's telling you. So
back to their base of operations.
So what's happening here? It tells you what some of the other agents are doing. The guy there said red card.
If we can capture that agent, we might gain some insight.
This woman, the caretaker, she's a bit like Bradford in XCOM. You just want her to shut up sometimes. But anyway, she's not as annoying as Bradford, by the way, because he used to panic so quickly. It was so annoying. Anyway, so the red key card relates to that chest on there. If you kill him, you get the key card. A pop-up on the select card will say use red key card and it will send the agent in question, one of your agents, to go and get what's in there. So far I've found it's usually just some credits, so if you don't get it, don't panic. It's not going to be some amazing piece of equipment that you can't do without. At least I've not found it so. This is the guy that's protecting the agent. He's got a shield. The shield is annoying, one because it's protecting, and also because he can use that to knock you out and stun you. You can get stunned in this game, and if you get stunned, you can be revived by either being revived by a teammate, or when they do their own attacks or play their own cards, over a few turns they will revive anyway. So that's how that works. So you can see this is how the area looks. You always get dropped into an area. You don't have to do the XCOM thing where you move into an area and set yourself up. There's no setup, you're just thrown in. It works in this game. I don't like it or dislike it more than the XCOM system. I like the XCOM system a lot. I like that prep where you go into whatever you're doing, whether it's a side mission or go and destroy one of their facilities, whatever, go and destroy one of the chosen bases if it's that, or the chosen part of the game. I like that bit where you gradually move through and you've got to clear out areas and you can send different agents different places, and I like that, but I don't think it would work in this, so I think they picked the right system to just chuck you into it. Most of the areas aren't that big, and that's fine, it works in the game. I think they've done very well to pick a system that works in this, which wouldn't necessarily be right for XCOM and vice versa. So you've got lots of things you do in this game. So basically a lot of what you'll be doing is, apart from the normal attack, so I'll show you all the cards. So you get all these cards and you can see what they do. The attack, and if you it's that one's self-explanatory. Some of them you'll think, some of them I still think like that, but if you KO someone, which is kill them, then you will go get concealed for the next turn. It will tell you whose card that is as well, so you can see from the picture that's me, that's Captain Marvel. We can do an heroic combo already. The reason is because Nikki comes into this with a kind of, lots of the ones you go on missions with the agents and they get stronger and stronger. They start off with a particular thing. I think I start off with, Hunter starts off with resist, and Nico starts off with 5 or 4 heroicism. Can't say that. So that's why we've already got that. Usually you have to build it up over playing your own cards, and you've got different things, different bits and pieces you can do. Again, I'm not going to try and explain all the different cards. That one, if you hit somebody, you end up being vulnerable. That's you, game one, vulnerable, you hit somebody. But there's lots of different stuff, and again, you'll get used to it over time. And they've all got different uses, and a lot of the things you'll want, I can't think I've got one there, just because I want to do it, is a knockback thing, because a lot of things in this game involve knockback, because there's lots of items in the area that you can knock people into. You knock them into inanimate objects, into other enemies. At the beginning of the game, when you start, you don't want to knock them into your own agent because that will damage them, but I've already researched something that stops that, so now if I knock one of these Hydra agents into one of mine, they will be damaged even more. So there's lots of bits to consider, exploding things, and all the different superheroes have different things they might do. One of them makes a portal, you can kick someone through the portal. You can make one there, for example, and they'll come back through and go into that exploding thing. It's quite cool actually. So there's loads of different bits to do. Like I said, I'm not going to explain all of it. So let me just try and see which one I can do. So there, it will say, once you click on a card, it will tell you on the left who's doing it, that's Hunt. You can go in any order you want. And so if I kill this guy, so let's just do that. And as you can see, he is KO'd, and now I've got concealed. And that will be until two things happen. Either I act again, which reveals me, or they knock someone into me, which will reveal me. And that works the other way around. They have sometimes have a sniper that's concealed, and the way to reveal them is to knock somebody into the sniper. So that's how that works. So that's one. You can see on the right you get how many card plays you have left. I've got 2. You can redraw cards twice. Moves is how when your character actually moves on the game map. Items are those 2 things I made back at base that are just little support items. And card plays, you can really do a lot with that, because often you'll find when you read you can also read more about them if you want there. You can find cards that if you, for example, KO somebody with your card, you get it refunded, which means you don't lose a card play. So it's always important to think about what you're doing. Again, that sounds complicated, but it's not, and as I've said many times, I'm not the most smart person in the world. I'm pretty smart with turn-based games, I'll give you that. But if I can work it out, anyone can. So here we've got options. So we've got, she can do a KO. If you KO someone, she'll restore health to a random ally, but we don't need to restore health because everyone's health its first turn, so forget that. I could counter with myself, but I don't really need to because I'm concealed. So think about what you kind of need. So then we'll do that. So photon beam, for example. So you can see there, we do a photon beam and it'll kill anyone in a row. So what we'd want to do here with Captain Marvel is we would probably want to run here, right there, and then hopefully when we do photon beam, you can see now we can get a few more of them, so it's basically in a line. So you know, that's typical for lots of games.
This has your name on it.
I know we got blown up by that thing. I did know that was there, but I was just doing this to do it in the game. In a real part of the game, you wouldn't necessarily want to do that next to an exploding thing, because you can get damaged by stuff that exploded when you're doing your own turn as well. But it's good, we damaged some of them. You really want to damage this guy's shield and destroy this guy's shield as fast as possible. So really, we could redraw, or we could, I'll show you redraw. So redraw, simply just do that, redraw the card you want to redraw, and we've got a knee strike, which I can do against him, and that's a little bit annoying because his shield's like, you can see it's so many games like that where there's just that little blue bar at the top, that's his shield. It's just not quite gone, but it didn't work, so anyway. So then we end our turn, and it's their turn. And you can see again, you can see the XCOM thing where they've got those burning sticks. Which is similar to those Advent guys in XCOM, where they come and hit you with that burning staff thing. And you'll get to know that idiot's running away, and so that idiot will go and protect him again. But you get to see how it kind of plays out. And this is a straightforward mission. The missions where you know you're going to have an enemy minor superhero or bigger superhero turn up. Sometimes they can turn up randomly as well, so be warned of that. So again, we can kill him. We can kill him. Roulette is her kind of big magical strike. So what we kind of really want to do is get that bloke's shield off him.
Here's one for you.
Just to show you how it works, really. I'm not overly thinking the tactical plan is bit. I'm just doing it to. So we've got rid of his shield, and that's important because, and you can see there, Captain Marvel is dazed. I didn't even see where she got dazed, but because we've completed another action, now she's not dazed, and because we've got rid of his shield, that agent's not protected. And you can see you get this card that says Capture Agent. I'll show you how that works. Basically, you've got Capture Agent, and you just press to use the card, and Nico, who's the one that's nearest, will go and capture that agent. Animations are very good, actually. The combat looks really good when they get one of those combos going, and it looks really good. They do have reinforcements coming in all the time, a bit again like XCOM, and it's usually, again, a bit like XCOM, there's usually 2 or 3 of these Hydra idiots that come in. You'll learn as you go on which Hydra are the ones to concentrate on. You've got these kind of ones that have a whip thing, that guy. You've got the shield ones, and there's one that's a sniper that's really annoying, which you have to shoot because he'll load his gun. If you don't get him by the next turn, he'll do lots of damage. And there's one that heals people and buffs them, and you want to get that one. So there you can see Captain Marvel is not doing well on health. I didn't see who killed her, I wasn't paying attention. So there's lots of extra bits you get. Again, I can't go into it all, where if superheroes get certain amounts of things, you can see on the left there is binary. It says with her on the left hand side where it says passive, and when she gets that she becomes a lot stronger. So there's lots of different bits. So let's just do a combo just because it would look good. So you can just basically kill anybody because combo is going to be really good. So we'll kill him because he's one of those guys with a whip.
Let's show him who runs things.
Like I said, it's Nico and that looks really cool. I think the graphics of the combat are fantastic. Every part of it, the characters, the environments, the attacks, and then you get Go Binary, which is Captain Marvel's ability, and you can see there it says it's free. So you often get these free cards that give you something for nothing. Use them. So now she's got that, which you can see at the top of her finger. Her shield has got much better. It's now 90, which is good because she was low on health, and although I've got two characters, myself, Hunter and Nico, who could both heal people, I haven't got any of the heals in any of these. So that's worked out well, and that's how that works. So you can kind of see, I'll end the turn and just see what happens. You can see how that goes. I'll let them attack.
Oh, that actually hurt a little.
See, the shield sees off a lot of it. She got KO'd, so that's bad. She'll be dazed or KO'd. You can revive people. I'll show you that thing. See, I've got resist on mine, so that's very good. What Hunter's also got is a thing where it's this actually, which I can. It's a counter. So what that means is anyone, well, it's obvious. Anyone attacks her, she'll hit back, and that can work brilliantly. I've been in situations where I've been really in a bad situation, and she's taken out 3 or 4 people and killed them just because they attacked her. So that can work really, really well. So we can revive, but we haven't got enough heroicism to revive Captain Marvel. So we can do a few different things. We could do that. We can do that. Actually, what we might do is I might swap out a card. We haven't got any heroism, by the way, so that's why I did that, because we're not going to get enough heroism to use all these heroism cards. Oh, also a thing to be wary of is you don't want too many people that are relying on certain abilities. So if you've got a load of superheroes that all need heroism, or none of them have got knockbacks, sometimes you want particularly the knockback to reveal somebody, could knock somebody into something. Sometimes if everyone's got heroism cards to play and you haven't got any, that can be a problem. So bear that in mind. So we've got a heal, which we can use on... Can't we use it on her? No, I didn't pick it, that's why. Oh, we can't use it on her, that's annoying. Oh, okay, yeah, we can't use it on her because she's out, so we need to wait to revive her. Okay, that's fine. So we need to do something to get her back in the game, so to speak. So I think... Let's see if we can kill someone with this. It does take a while, you do pick up more cards all the time. So it... See, that was good. She's good, I like her a lot.
Our magic is as powerful as it is dangerous.
And you can see you often get these free anticipation. They're not sometimes free, it does cost a card play, but you get things that are mission based that you only get during that mission. So it gives all heroes 40 block, that would be good, we'll take that. And then we've got... I think we need to kill him actually. You also get enemies that they'll show you when they do it, but they give them a thing that means they can explode. So you need to get out of the circle of their explosion. There's lots of stuff that goes on that I can't show you all of, but it won't all happen in this.
We serve until the end.
In this little bit of mission. And I promise you, sometimes you'll get to a point where you think, oh my god, I'm doomed. Especially when you get chucked into a mission, there's a few like that, where you're given, you've got to play with these three characters, or it's a character you don't know. When I first got Storm in the DLC, I didn't know how to play her. And you'll think, oh my god, you play Wolverine in one. In fact, it's in the Storm mission. In fact, there's two missions at least so far where I played with Wolverine. And you'll think, oh no, we're going to die, but then they've got an ability that means you can suddenly kill at least 4 or 5 enemies and boost your health. So there's often ways to come back from bad situations. So revive is what it is, so we can revive her now because we've got enough. And they come back with at least half their health. I think it's half health. And we've got 3 cards left to play. We can... I don't really need to restore anybody's health that much. Let's use that. So this is how that works. You get somebody, it's Captain Marvel, she will run over there, she will get what's in the red chest because we killed the red chest key carrying guard, and we will get, oh, that's even less useful than credits. Well, it's fine, but like I said, don't feel you need to get the chest at all costs because it's not usually anything you desperately want. So you'll notice I talked about knocking people into exploding items or into items, but none of these characters I have actually have knockback really. Captain Marvel has one, but I don't think it's come round yet. So we will get that one. We've stunned, which is what it is. So he's stunned. You can see that bit where he's like what Captain Marvel was, kind of bent over so he can't act. And then this, we've got this. This is like a knockback. So you do this. This is really cool. So she can get him and fire him into anything she wants. He'll die anyway because he's from very low health, but it can kill someone on very good health. So obviously they can only be knocked into something in range that they can actually reach. So we can't reach that generator behind them, but we can knock him into a crate either way. So let's knock him into that.
Looks like
And that's
got the
the
agent
mission.
in
We
custody.
did it.
Better clear out before Hydra sends a search party.
When you get new abilities from the missions, they only go to the people that have been on the mission. So when you've got a new coil, which you get to dissect in that forge thing that I showed you earlier in the other video, you only get to give new abilities to the people that went on the mission where they got the coil, if that makes sense. So another thing, this is something I got through research, you don't get it straight away. I can interrogate these Hydra soldiers if I want later on. I haven't actually done that yet. That's the first time I actually got that since I've got the ability. And we got 50 gloss, which is like the things you use to buy gifts and new clothes. You can see our little bonuses and whatever. You lose bonuses for people being knocked out or for how long you're taking missions, etc. And that's combat. So it's fun. None of the missions are super long. If they are long, it's not because they're long. They're shorter than XCOM missions. If they're a bit long, it's because you've had to take a bit of time to think about them. The longest missions are the ones where you get up against enemy heroes, superheroes, because sometimes they respawn. So what happens is, like in other games, you kill somebody and they get a second life or a third life and they come back again, which can be a bit frustrating. So bear that in mind. And there was a mission against some vampires, which took a long time. But again, it's not compared to XCOM missions, even the normal XCOM missions, like the side missions, these missions aren't long because you're in one area. So it's fun. I enjoy the combat. In fact, these really don't like. It does take a little bit of getting used to. If you've not played turn-based, if you've not played card-based, the two things combined together can be a bit confusing. I'm still getting cards that I'm like, what does that actually mean? What does that actually do? Sometimes it's hard to work it out, but you work it out eventually. Or you just use cards, you know what they do, it doesn't matter. But like I said, I've not failed on a mission yet, so I've never got a mission where I failed and I've had to do it again. As far as I know, and it doesn't seem likely, heroes don't die, they just get injured. So no one dies. It's possible later on when you rescue people, or people can die. Our enemy actually died. It was one called Dr. Faustus, who was an enemy Hydra agent, and he died. So enemies can die, but I don't think any of us die. So that's it. And then you come back here and you've got the rest of your day to do things. If you sleep now, you could start a new day doing a mission, or you could come in here and you can chat to people. The reason there's a star over her, or a blue talk sign, is because it's something I need to talk to her about, which I don't know which way to go. It's about a party. It's a local nothing thing, not to do with the whole missions or anything, and I'm not sure what I want to tell her. Anyway, so there you go. That's combat in Midnight Suns, which is very fun. I would definitely recommend this game on the combat. Anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming. I will be doing one more small video about my overall thoughts about this game. But until then, till next time, take care for now.